Do 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 do. Boop boo do 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 do. We're gonna turn this down slightly. Just ever so slightly. You know what? I'm gonna turn this down a bit more to the here. That's probably fine. Now I'm gonna do a little here. And then I'm going to do this. Bring it to like 5. And then, yeah, that's probably fine. Move this back to the spot it was. And then, yeah, that's probably good. I'm going to turn this off so that I can actually hear myself think for a second. Monitor off. Now, I can think now. Because I had it playing again in my head and it was getting a bit annoying for me. I tried it for a couple of weeks. Can't handle it. Screw it, I'm not doing it anymore. So how is everyone? I'm doing good. I had a lasagna. Or ligania. I hate that it does this. And then I started watching the video for the Ranger class for the 2024 Player's Guide. Pretty damn good, except for the capstone feature. The capstone feature is a tiny bit of damage buff that averages to about a +2 extra damage on one of your hits every turn. So it's equivalent to probably some form of first level spell. In fact, it's equivalent to less than what Green Flame Blade would give you, which is a shame. But now I get to fight, and now I get to fight some elemental evils, which I'm always been an elemental guy. If you talk to like anyone I know, they'd say like my favorite like monster types, it goes like top of the list, giants. I love giants. I can't get enough of giants. I wish there was so much more giants. Second rung, elementals. Kind of a bit of a link between first and second, because second is also tangentially related to elementals. Because the higher up giants do become a lot of the time elementals or have very powerful elemental power. Third place is probably dragons, because dragons are awesome. And I don't feel like my inner kid would allow it to be anything but what it is. My inner kid wouldn't allow me to put dragons not at least at third. Because he'd be like, but they're cool. Look at them. So I have to put them at third place. But yeah, it looks cool. I'm really looking forward to the amount of options you get in the amount of options you actually get in the class now. I feel like there's a decent amount more. I think it for me comes across as being a lot more interesting. We'll see how it actually plays out, because admittedly they are focusing very much on the positives, because this is a marketing video, right? Whereas, you know, there's going to be a lot of negatives to it that they're just not bringing up. Like, there is a lot of the class features that have been removed, for example, that were previously main parts of it. For example, with Ranger, it lost Primeval Awareness. It lost the ability to, I forget what the name of the ability was, but like you hid and you were like invisible or under the effect of invisibility. Like, I think it's called like hidden in plain sight or something. They lost effectively what that did. And, you know, there were some other bits that I can't think off the top of my head, but, you know, it's not just been adding new stuff on there. I think they've lost favored terrain, or at the very least they didn't talk about favored terrain. So, you know, it'll be interesting to see how it goes. I don't feel like my player group will play the new rules for a bit. Mainly because I think my player group's leaning a bit more towards less D&D and more like some of the other systems, which I'm all up for, but I also would like to try their newer rules when they come out. I might even buy the book. which is rare for me. It's very rare for me. Let me just move up a bit. So let's just switch over. Boop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. That's done. That's done. There's me. So, if I remember correctly, we've done all of the stuff with the Undermountain. And the next sort of like levels of quests are the elemental evil ones, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not. If I'm wrong, then all of my tweets were useless. I'm gonna help you. Runes. Okay. I don't know if I want to do that. Hold on a second. J. Where's campaigns? Here they are. Elemental Evil campaign. Wait, what's my item level? My item level is 240. Perfect to start this one. So we're gonna go Elemental Evil. Begin story. View details. Go to Archdruid Morningstorm. Yeah. I understand, like, giving more stuff to do, but if I'm being completely honest, that sort of stuff can wait until... That can wait until I've got nothing to do. I think realistically, what will happen is I will play through a lot of these campaigns until I get bored. There's a chance I start Dawn Trail because, you know, it's a big thing coming out, but I don't know. There's a part of me that wants to get through Dawn Trail and play it for a bit and then just sort of log out from the whole thing for a while, cancel my subscription, and sort of just leave it as is.
The elemental threat continues.
Okay.
As a druid, I'm
Committed to maintaining a balance
between the various forces of nature. Temporary imbalances are to be expected and
usually sort themselves out. Recently, all the currents of elemental forces throughout have changed in a way. The tree of elemental will allow me to affect the flow. My attempts to stabilize it have been unsuccessful. Building of earth and water in the Ebony Dawns. Okay. Hey, Minx. I remember Minx. Who's a good miniature giant space tower? Hamster, you are. Your mouth's not moving again.
I have been to the Hells and to the Throne of Gods, so you can say that Minsk has seen a thing or two. Minsk and Boo will meet you in Ebon Downs, and then we shall kick the butt of all evil.
Yeah, sure. Sounds good. Sounds blimmin' good, Minx. Oh, little Boo. That's kind of cute. Yeah, I'm feeling really chilled today. Like, weirdly chilled. Like, I was having a bad day at work. No, it's not a bad day, but just a boring day. And then I've come home, I've set this all up, and I'm just feeling generally quite good. My plan is pretty simple. It's just going to be play this for a bit, have a decent amount of fun. Probably only play for like 2 hours, maybe a bit more, depending on like we'll hit the 2 hour mark, and then we'll find a good spot to stop, which may take an extra 10-20 minutes. You know how it goes. And then just sort of relax over the weekend. Maybe do a stream, probably not. Bunch of skeletons over there, but that's fine. Hold on a second. Did I get a boon point? I did. When do I unlock this? I've got to spend 10. Well, I've run out of spending it on power, so I might have to start spending it on something else. If there's defense, I might start taking that. I'm not building this at the moment for for like raiding and stuff, because I imagine if I was going raiding, like defense would never be picked. Because if you're getting attacked, then there's a problem happening or something, right? Because you're either the long-ranged damage dealer or you're the long-ranged healer. Either way, you shouldn't be getting hit. That's generally what I've taken from like other MMOs. There's exceptions, of course, where like I'm sure to a certain extent you've got to expect that. Why was I just running? I just completely forgot about the whole point of the mount feature. Obviously, as I was saying, there's some changes to that, always going to be. Like, I know in many high-level stuff, there's always a chance that you're going to get hit. You know what's interesting about this game is, I'd be quite interested to see how big of a difference... I mean, these enemies could be stronger and I just don't know it, but they look very similar to enemies I fought when I was like level 3 or something. But yet, they seemingly... I don't seem to be able to kill them like too much quicker. And so I wonder if either those guys are stronger than I think they are, or like the item levels and stuff don't have a huge impact on your damage. And it's mainly just the extra abilities you get. Because I guess I didn't have the ability that I used to kill them instantly before. So it'd be interesting to see. It'd be interesting to figure out. Is this a little mini dungeon?
If they have disturbed a single hair on Boo's head, they will pay.
What, did they kidnap Boo?
Boo and I found some unsavory ruffians camped outside.
Reckon he's a barbarian. I reckon he's a barbarian.
The bruisers attacked us. Their fighting was fierce. Boo was... Their ruffians could not stand before our ferocious onslaught and retreated into the cave. Boo and I followed.
Boo's definitely a blimmin' barbarian, if anything. Let's go find Boo.
I dispense justice to those remaining. I was about to deal with troubles.
Why did you go like, oh, I was going to chase them, but there was a boulder? When it's like, you can quite obviously deal with said boulder. Oh, nice. We start with Earth. Earth is by far my favorite of the 4 elements. Just in general, like games and stuff. I normally will default to Earth. I remember a while back there was like a hypothetical question that was being sort of brought up, and it was like, okay, in situations when you have to choose a wizard or choose like a magical power, what's your like default? Like, what's the element that you would automatically go for? And mine, I think, is Earth. Because even when you're not looking at it like in a gamey sense, I just find Earth normally to be quite interesting. But if you are looking at it from a gaming sense, my personal impression of Earth elemental things in games, normally they're pretty simple to figure out. They're normally up there as like one of the most simplest to figure out, because normally it's just big damage, big defenses, and then the major like difference, the major big thing that like is their weakness a lot of the time is they're normally slow. But if you're playing a new game or something, it being slow is not a huge problem. So I don't know, I would always default to Earth, just because I like it though, really. What the? Who is he saying what the to? Oh, us. Wait, yeah? Oh, yeah. It wasn't Minx, it wasn't me. What is that? That's a water archon. Okay, so the crushing waves are also here. Oh, because they said it was a combination of earth and water. I find it interesting that they work together a lot. I wonder if there's any, like, secret, like, rivalry where it's like, yeah, we work together and we like we acknowledge each other, but, like, we know we're the best element. I'm sure there is, right? There's always going to be, when it's like different gods. I'd be interested to see if they are actually like a pantheon, or whether it's just like 4 people that have gods that are vaguely like related in their goals, work together. What? They've caused a load of muddy water to appear. First thing I think when that happens, we're going to have to fight a frog. We're going to have to fight a froghemoth. My guess? Shot in the dark? When I think water and earth, I think mud, and mud has been put in the ground. And mud makes me think frogs, because it makes me think swamp. God, they are summoning a lot of blimmin' basic enemies. I'm not heavily against it, but... Oh, and the mud disappeared? Is the logic here that, like... Is the logic here that, like... I don't know, was that like a summoner, and the longer it takes me, the more the land sort of looks like it's being affected by the summon effect? I'm trying to figure out why the water appeared and then suddenly disappeared. I thought like there was some logic there of it being like the nodes. It's supposed to show like the passing of time because the nodes getting affecting the realm a bit more. But if it's just... Sorry, I got an itchy nose at the moment. If it's just that, then it wouldn't have come back. Minx, I swear to God, you were just blocking the way. Either way, these enemies, although there's a lot of them, they don't seem particularly strong. I may come to regret saying that, but... I mean, look at this. I'm just sort of just destroying them. There was people I was fighting before that were like this number of groups, but all the guys didn't survive a single... They would survive a single, like, of my big attacks. Another super rock. Interesting that even though it's water and earth, they're still using a rock. Of the plane of earth. Share with your power. Okay, we're gonna go fight Black Mantle. I think that might be a title and not his name. Or it might be like a nickname he got. I mean, maybe it's the fact I have Minx that makes this borderline like incredibly easy. Maybe I shouldn't have chosen the people that might have just not attacked me. So it's a big like earth thing that they just summon these like things on the ground. And these things on the ground means that enemies come out of them. So being completely honest and transparent here, that isn't particularly interesting to me. Oh, I completely forgot in the heat of the moment that I'm supposed to be doing this. Oh, Minx is down. What happened, Minx? Oh, a seed. It's literally just a seed. I love the cape, Minx, but you really need to figure out what's happening here.
Water can grind down even the tallest mountain.
That is not coming out of your mouth.
You won't find us as easy to defeat.
Alright, bet. Bring it on. Where are you? There you are. So I won't find you as easy to defeat. Bearing in mind they summoned multiple dudes. And your solution is to summon crabs? I found you easier to defeat. I'll be honest. I didn't even see that one-eyed guy. Did he disappear or something? Oh. You won't find me easier to defeat. Immediately gets defeated. Thanks, Minx. You were a real help. You actually were. You were a great tank. Like, that sounded sarcastic, but that's just because I always sound sarcastic. It's part of being British that you, at least to a certain extent, always sound sarcastic. Because to a certain extent, you're always being sarcastic. That's just how it works. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I don't know why that song's constantly stuck in my head. That blimmin' Mario song. But it is. It's always stuck in my head. And you know what? I found this like lo-fi set of music that I was kind of hoping to test. And I didn't want to test it on a stream where like there's a ton of like incredibly important story. I think this one will be fine. I'm just going to double check. You won't have any sound for a bit, but that should be fine. Let's have a look. Watch later. Here. There, that should be fine. Do 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 do. I needed some music on and this wasn't giving me enough because I probably have turned it down of some variety. Archdruid. I will make Sergeant Knox and Lord Neverwinter aware that the Black Earth mercenaries in the Helm's Hold are more than they appear. The first priority is create elemental nodes. Strong connection to the elemental brain. Two-way conduit. I fear that the only beginning of the struggle. Please plant the seeds of the cradle. This will dispute the bone. Okay. Boop. Place them in the trees. Empower the tree. I feel like this tree, if it wants to be a bit stronger, would probably want to be in a forest. And less of like a bustling city. But hey, that's just me. Yes, it will light up me every time that happens. There is no way for me to solve that unless I consistently have a light on me. And I have no way of doing that at the moment. What is a growing concern? Alternate. Venture to the Pirates Skyhold. Ooh. I'm a big fan of pirates. Hey Minx, you want to come and fight some pirates? I'll see you over there. Minx, I feel like you could be very easily manipulated. Not by me, of course, but you could be. Boom. Isle of Wind and Flame. Can you guess what we'll probably be fighting in the Isle of Wind and Flame? Did I press the wrong button? I keep clicking cancel. You know what? I'm not cancelled. Because I haven't done anything remotely noteworthy enough to get cancelled at the moment. Normal content is playable with one player and a companion. Oh, can I get through the whole thing, you reckon? I hope so. And maybe I should change the name of this to like solo MMO. Because realistically, at any particular possibility, I will be trying to do it solo. Do 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 do. I love trumpets. Oh, good in songs. How do you get here so fast? Must be one of my food. Let's get bowing that into the action. Whoever did Minx, they had a fun time playing Minx. And they put a lot more effort than I feel like a lot of people put in. I can't help but feel like these elemental of evil people that are with the fire cult have had a lot more like designs done to them. Like they feel like they're designed better than the earth people and even the water people to a certain extent. Like they've got cool design like armor. Like look at that armor. They keep saying there's no fire without air, which is technically true. But by that logic, like, you would have nothing to stand on without earth. You wouldn't be able to, like, survive as a living creature without water. You wouldn't have any warmth without fire. Is this Megalovania? I guess it is. I did put video game songs on. This is probably going to get super copyrighted, but if it doesn't, I'm using this consistently. Do do boop boom bow now 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 do 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 do. Am I getting shot? I'm getting shot. I'm not getting shot for much damage. It's lo-fi Megalovania. I'm all for that. Oh, these are the cult of the air people. They're like ninjas? Look, if I was doing the elemental evil cults, I would also have light and darkness in here. But, you know what? To each their own. To each their own. I've thought about it for a second, and it's definitely Minx that is the reason why I'm doing so well here. He hit a dude, and he did half their health. Hit the dude, did half their health, didn't say anything. Are we supposed to go down here? No? Is there a node here? Like it's constantly... What do they expect me to do here? Am I missing something obvious? Is there an enemy still there? Doesn't feel like it. What is this game wanting me to do? Like, here it's still wanting me to go, like, this way. Huh. Oh, I need to activate this. Right, so it had nothing to do with where it was showing me. Great name. Great adjective there. Those hands were a bit iffy. Well, you're also working with the other cults. Unless you're not working with the Earth people. It very much felt like you were, though. God, he just destroys them. He just decides, I want to hit this guy, and then the guy gets knocked back and half their health is gone. Mink's showing why he's a blimmin' legendary hero, I tell you that much. Wait, did they knock me towards them? I love the Flame Archons. I don't feel like they get enough love. Because a lot of the time when the people want to put elementals in their group, they just put base elementals and they ignore the Archons because they're a bit weaker. But they're cool. They're really cool. Collect all the loot. Take the fire seed. Well, it's a good thing that we always get there just before they actually get their seed. Could you imagine if we didn't get there when they were getting their seed? Oh, there's a trap there. Boom. Then there was one. I think we're supposed to go this way, even though it keeps saying don't go this way. At this point, I'm just trying to figure out what the songs are that are playing in the back. And what games they're from. But I've not... There's like a... I feel like there's like a point in my life that there's sort of like a spot where I just don't remember any like video game like music from, because I just didn't play really video games. I was in my watch everything sort of group where I think it was solid maybe 4 to 5 years of me just watching Let's Plays of people back in the heyday of Let's Plays. I wonder if there's still a thing. Like if I asked somebody that was a bit younger than me what like a Let's Play is, do you reckon they'd be like, yeah, I know what that is. X and Y. I really love X and Y's playthrough of this thing. Be interesting to see. I don't think he was supposed to have survived. I love that they start drinking it like effectively like a Estus, kind of like a healing potion. But because they take so freaking long with it, it never really matters for the vast majority of it. I hope each of the elemental cults actually get like their own thing to them, and it's not just all like the cults working together. That's kind of boring. Also, having a shield that can be destroyed by a brazier that's right next to you. What is with that voice? Also, is that the same guy? Is that the same dude, the watery dude? There's no way that that's the watery dude again, is it? No, he's Skyweaver. Skywalker's like third cousin, twice removed. Well, if you are going to do the devastation orb, I can tell you one thing. You're not going to blimmin' see it. Look at that. I think I would have actually had a decent problem there if Minx was not here. Because I'm having a problem now with Minx here. Never mind without him. Put the fire down. They said that there's no wind without fire. Or vice versa. Let's prove them right. Prove them wrong. I like the idea of Archer blimmin' Archons though. That's a cool look. I mean, they're elemental beings, but I guess the logic here is that they've been restricted to only be able to shoot ranged attacks when they through their bow. You know, talking back on the whole Player's Handbook 2024 stuff, I definitely feel like, and I could be completely wrong with this when I actually play it, but I definitely feel like they might be sacrificing a bit for, like, everybody loves the fact that you can have, like, you can customize stuff and you can change stuff around, right? But I feel like there is a portion of it where if you give it too much, you lose the idea of specializing. And I do like specializing a lot of the time.
The elemental threat continues.
Let's put the seeds in here. Fire, earth, water, air. With these 4 elements combined, we need heart and we get Captain Planet. But let's be honest, the heart one was always the weakest.
There are evildoers who, now that Morning Dawn knows what the cultists are planning,
Neverwinter gods are saved, but they're not heroes, But
this we must not
we've got to watch the tower?
Neverwinter guards are
They're going to attack into the main city of Neverwinter? How?
the 3 of us should stand guard on the tree. Go and relieve one of the guards on duty when you are ready to stand watch. No evil.
Protectors Enclave needs your help.
Lord Neverwinter sent word requesting your
No, I don't want this. Where's the troubled times?
More than proving yourself to me.
No, I don't want to talk to you then. Not you, it's someone relatively near. I just assumed it was you. It's this, the stand guard one. I will take the guard. I will guard this place with utmost ability. While listening to chill music. The bard will be playing me chill lo-fi beats. Don't ask what lo-fi means. I don't really understand. My best guess is it means low frequency. I don't know if what that means. It doesn't. No, that doesn't work because frequency begins with its FRE, isn't it? Not FI. Is it? I can't even think of many words that begin with FI. Like fidelity, but that doesn't make any sense in terms of like music. Ooh, he's got a crab hand. That is a pretty good thing to give somebody realistically. If you showed me a crab hand, I would consider. Okay, so this is a guardy thing. We're going to do a perimeter constant look around for enemies. Are they just coming from this way? I mean, at this point, this is fine. Oh, this is getting a bit less fine. What are those, like sea trolls? Sea hags? What are they? Sea trolls, okay. That's a hag. I probably saw that instinctively. Okay, so are they introducing the big names for this area? Vanifar. Wait, did they attack while I was in cutscene? That's annoying. Okay. No offense. I have seen worse hounds than those. The blimmin' dread hounds we saw in the Undermountain campaign stuff, they were scarier. I'd call those hellhounds more than those things. What the frick is that? Oh, it's a fire elemental. A bit more of a big boy than I expected of a fire elemental. Come on, guards, you've got this. Wait, the Earth Dude? The Earth Dude has snake head? A snake head? Is he a Medusae or a Gorgon? That makes no sense. We are losing a lot of troops. That's all I'll say. I see like no troops left. We've got a couple on one side. We've got one archer on this side. We've got to guard this archer with our life. More dudes. More dudes are coming. What's a rumbler? Should I be worried? No, I don't need to be worried. Who's left? Ah? Why has she got a bunch of bards with her? What are the bards? I guess they're playing wood instruments, woodwind stuff. In a way. That's vaguely wind related. Were they supposed to be in the cutscene? Because if you told me that they happened to just be there in the overworld of the Enclave, and they just forgot to take them out when they were doing it, I wouldn't be overly surprised. What the heck? That's a cloud giant. That's a blimmin' cloud giant. That's a bit of a step up from everything we fought. Cloud giants are like the second strongest giant. It's like cloud giant, then storm giant. Why didn't you two for help? Follow the plan. Follow the plan. You've all said that then. Where is this from? The forest, and do so as we please. Was that Adventure Time? That song's so familiar to me, but I don't remember what that's from. I mean, that's a cool helmet. And by cool, I mean... no, it just is cool. Let's have a look at it. Okay, I look a lot more like a priest now. Do 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 do. What is that from? I'm never gonna figure it out, but Hey Druid, why weren't you helping defend? Seems as though they not work together very well, for at least we should be grateful, sure.
Threat continues.
Trouble on the wind.
People have been causing problems around the Sword Coast.
The new battlefront. Harper spies have discovered a new current, unlike our allies have established a beachhead. Okay, I'm gonna go from... I'm guessing there's just one for each of them. You know what? I'm ready to fight all of them. Let me just double check actually. Elemental evil. We're on this. View details. Coast guarding. Continue story will guide you. Okay. So I don't think maybe I was supposed to do this one first, but I'm doing this one first. And if I fail, I'll do the other ones because I might be underleveled. Air easily could be the last one as well. So I may be screwing myself over.
Spinward rise.
The stronghold of the cult of the howling hatred.
The cult seeks to bombard the Sword Coast with devastation orbs, led by the Air Prophet, Arisi Kolonov.
What species is she?
Ongoing struggle.
Is she an Asimar? Because that would be kind of funny. Like, having divine blood but so rejecting that to actually become part of the elemental evil cult. I'm trying to think of people that naturally have wings that aren't bird-faced. Because obviously you could go... oh, what are the names? The bird-faced race in D&D. But they don't work here. Convert all. It's probably fine. None of that was probably better gear. Convert all the gemstones. I don't think there's any. I have any of these, but just in case. No, cool. You're Lion Face. Oh, you're a Dragonborn. Meet Brokar Ironshod of the Riders of the West Wind, Harper Evandrian of the Harpers, Piri the Swift of the Zentrium, Skeel Swift Wing of the Sharp Tillian Flight, and the Druid Ukabo of the Elemental Arclave. Okay, meet all the big boys. I'm glad I'll convince you to join the sooner we get to... I'm a cleric of Garandukul, the Rider of Winds. Our clergy have a special affinity while we're travelling. So when Regus and the Evandrel needed a way to get to the Spinwood Rise, they sought us out. We established that portal you came through, and are helping her unravel the secrets of the Windstrider lifts. We'll speak again later. Cool. Oh, I gotta go one by one. What's up, Harpers? The Harpers have been tracking the movements of the cult of the Howling Hatred until we found this place. With the help of the Skandarian clerics, we managed to create a portal here, but in order to seize control, we turned our more martial allies for help. We have much to do. Sure.
We turn to our more martial allies for help. We have much to do here. I hope you're up for
Are you the more martial allies? No, you're the druid. I hear the whispers of your arrival. The air itself is pure, but the primal gods and mortals seek to corrupt it. Will you help keep the balance? I will try. And then are you the muscle? Arakokra, that's the name. We're from the elemental plane, but we do not like the evil air. We hunt the evil air. We hunt the evil air. Cool. I like this dude. He's very cute. Don't know why you're randomly building a nest here. He doesn't understand the concept of covert operations, doesn't he? Well, the Harpers are here, and they introduced themselves to me. The Harpers are inherently a secret organization. Harper, help us locate. Without Bogus aid, we'd never be able to make this far. Pyrrhas are necessary for certain unsavory stuff. Skeelan as people are mighty warriors and have been fighting against the elemental evils for ages, and Druidic knowledge is really good. Cool. I got ya. Many people are unique. You encounter new heroic encounter air cult assault. Don't know what that means by any supply. We're just gonna fill up on all the quests that each of these people give. Ooh, we get rough diamonds from that. Defeat howling winds. That might not have been a actual thing that I was supposed to do. Either way, let's have a look what's in here. It killed me. Oh, no, I'm good. Do 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 do. I thought I had more refined crystals. Do do. I seem to remember this area, but I don't remember going this far into the game before. So maybe was this earlier before? Did they move this to being later? That's an owlbear. That's very cute. Lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt, lightning bolt. I missed having Minx on my team. He could tank. Look, Porky, I know you can also tank, and I'm not trying to get on your... I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I'm just saying that objectively he was a better tank. But he also doesn't heal me or steal mana. So, you know. Who's really the best? We'll never know. Imagine trying to heal with a slow drinking potion right in front of your enemy. That's kind of like really insulting. Like you. I'm here. I'm right here. So mean. You guys do actually pack a lot bigger of a punch than I initially thought. So we got to sabotage these. Oh, there's some more over here actually. And then we also got to find elemental air devices from the glider towers. I don't know where the glider towers specifically are. I'm sure we'll find them though. Oof, Sky Weavers. I'm glad that this group didn't aggro, because it would have actually been hard, because these dudes are more melee focused. Ooh, he has a MacGuffin on him. I don't know what that MacGuffin is. Elemental air device. Okay, so I get it from killing them. Is there nothing up here? I thought there'd be something up here. The fact that you all use balloons feels like insanely dangerous to me. What is this? Never mind, the maps was playing tricks on me there. And by the map playing tricks on me, I of course mean I was getting completely lost and I'm blaming it on the map. Kill this one, he'll drink his drink. Ooh, more elemental devices. Don't mind if I do. Wait, was that the only area that I could get the elemental air devices? Okay. I mean, I could still do the kill the cultist one, I guess. That owlbear can't be on the elemental evil cultists group, right? Owlbears are too pure for this world. They would never succumb to the elemental evils, right? Please say yes. If I have to kill it, I want to be at least be able to say that it wasn't an evil cult member, and I was just killing it because I had to. It was attacking me, not that it harbored a dangerous belief that could hurt a lot of people. Ooh, religion. I'm religious. In-game. Why can't I jump over that? What is happening there? Skyweaver? Master of the Sky? How did that not aggro those people? I'm really lucky that the melee group hasn't aggroed whenever the ranged group has. That would be notably harder. Maybe I should be focusing the Skyweaver, but I've chosen a target, and I'm nothing if not incredibly stubborn. That's how you do it, right? You dodge from one attack AoE on the floor to another AoE on the floor. Now I'm gonna sabotage balloons? Why was this a separate quest that required me to do the other one? Surely that could have just been one quest. I think it's actually very rare to see this, like a quest that then spirals into another quest without having to talk to somebody else before doing it. That's kind of rare. I was here as well, or at least I was in a near identical area. MacGuffin. MacGuffin. Oh, it's summoned an air elemental. Wait, I saved you. Although released air elemental being an air archon is actually an oxymoron because they're not released. At least I'm pretty sure that's the law. Could you imagine if I'm spouting all of this lore, assuming it's right and it's just completely wrong? Like, I've done that before. I've done that to Belore. Does that work? But like before, but below. No! That was very, very frightening because it happened to be thunderbolts and lightning. No, I don't regret anything I do. Boom. Air elemental, come on. I was hoping you'd be chiller than the other air elemental, but I guess not. I actually thought when I was fighting those elemental evil fire people that there was a strong chance that my attacks just wouldn't work. Because the logic there being like they're being incredibly resistant to fire. That didn't happen, but it would have been funny if it did. I'll fight the Skyweaver. Just on the off chance he summons a MacGuffin. Did he hear himself there? Don't attack me. You can't see me. Don't aggro. Can you imagine how easier this would have been if we had had the second half of this quest at the start? I feel like I'm also going to be saying that when I find out I've missed another quest. I can't help but notice that one of these gives rough diamonds, which feels like a repeatable, like, daily quest kind of thing. And the other one felt like it was actually related to the mission. Which makes me think that one of these is just a repeatable daily quest I've taken. Like, accidentally. And the other one's actually there. And because normally to unless it's a big mission, there's normally 2 missions, and then you advance through the story. I feel like I've missed one of them. Two, 3, 4. Hit with fire! What the heck? Where did you guys come from? I mean, I guess the answer's probably going to be the air, if I had to guess. I mean, that's fine, because I get loot from you. I need like 6 more of these. 7 more of these. Boom, boom, no, no. Boom, no, 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 no. Doom, boom, boom, no, 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 no. Boom, boom, no, no, no. Don't attack me. Let me heal. You're attacking me. Cool. We're gonna wait until we have Max here, and then boof. Yes, as I was saying before, I'm debating in my head whether to give Dawn Trail a try on stream or whether to keep it to myself. And also debating in my head because I've had the monthly payment coming out of my account for a while now, and I just haven't been using it. And so if there wasn't an expansion coming up, I would be debating whether to get rid of it or not. But seeing as the Dawn Trail expansion is coming up, I feel like I'm going to be getting that and I'm going to be playing that through. But then after that, like, I think there's a good chance that I just sort of disappear from the game for a bit. Turn off my monthly payment, sort of just take a rest from the whole thing. I mean, it's not insignificant every month, especially when you're not on the highest. You got the highest paying job. I feel like I got one more. Why does it still say 5? I must have looked at it when I had 5 and thought I got an extra 1. Two, 3. Okay, well, I didn't get that to full power, but I was taking a bit of damage there, and so I wanted to get rid of at least the 2 smaller enemies as soon as possible. Bit annoyed they didn't drop the MacGuffin I want. Two, 3, dead. I guess this one can be sort of a passive one that happens in the background. Who the heck is High Skyweaver? And why is he dying instantly? High Skyweaver. So it says here is where I get the MacGuffins. Oh, they're in boxes. Oh, that changes this a lot. Yeah, let's just quickly do this then. We'll quickly do the quest. Look at that. I've already gotten much more than I had before. Is there a box in there? There isn't a box in there. I just did that box, but there's boxes over here. Maybe the owlbears dropped them? There's a chance, right? I'm sorry, Albert. It's not you. It's the fact that you might have cool loot. Which arguably is, I guess, you. Do you have cool loot? You have no cool loot, and you weren't guarding anything. I killed that innocent creature for literally no reason. I'm so sorry. I am so freaking sorry. If you had loot, at least I'd feel less guilty. But you have no loot. How do I get... Is there a way to get on the top? That doesn't look like there's a possibility to get up there. Maybe these enemies have loot. Like good loot. Like, no, there's nothing worse than getting loot, but it being bad. Because it just clogs up your inventory then. So, those towers don't count. I'm going to just check to see if these towers actually have anything in them. Gilder towers. Glider towers. Learn to read. Come on. There's got to be one in here, right? Oh wait, did you see how quickly that blimmin' ranger destroyed the enemies? That's not like a quick, like that wasn't like a couple of minutes dealio. It was like he shot one of them with like his AoE, and like they all had like half health. Why can't I do something like that? I guess I do with the full powered lightning, whatever they're called, radiant spear. I do a decent amount. I can't really complain about my damage, right? You know what's quite interesting that I saw that came up is obviously you probably all know and seen about the Elden Ring and everything, and the DLC, Elden Ring DLC, and there's been a lot of bad reviews of it, saying that the game is too hard, and I thought that was quite an interesting sort of thing to bring up as a problem in those games, because I think it might have been. Because Dark Souls has always been popular, but Dark Souls, like Elden Ring itself, has been, I guess, distributed to a larger audience because of just how popular it was, even compared to like previous stuff in the series. And I think because of that, you've got situations that are happening now where the game was hard, Elden Ring was hard, but like there was lots of ways of not trivializing fights, but making them significantly easier. And now people are coming from that, and they're coming into a DLC, which sort of turns off what I feel like was the biggest thing, which was that people would go around and they would up all their weapons to like, you know, the highest they could get their smithing stones for. And then now it's coming to a situation where that just doesn't help. Well, no, let me rephrase that. It does help, and a build can really help. I was watching somebody who's played a load of the game and was using a really high level build that was using like literally using the final boss weapon. And like Miquella's like the Miquella's like big Wrath attack and was using the final weapon that you get for beating the final boss. And they had like a pretty damn good build going into it. And they were like trivializing the basic enemies. And then the more elite enemies, they were basically being... I wouldn't say trivializing them, but they were destroying them with relative ease, right? Which I thought was quite interesting, because like, it's supposed to be that it puts you on a level playing field when you go into the thing, because the way you scale your damage more relies on what is happening related to your like blessings or whatever they're called. Defeat the Kenko and recover stolen weapons. Got it. Right, you. I also did a quest for you. Lovely charms. Sure. Is there anyone else who wants stuff? Oh, I haven't come to you to get your quest. I like having so many quests to do, though. Oh, so this shows how they're optional. Complete a heroic counter. I don't think it's likely. Yeah, I can do that one. Anyone else want it? No, cool. Let me just sell a couple of stuff to the quartermaster. My tokens of worship. And you can have... I wish I could give you this stuff, but I can't. So I guess I don't need anything else. So it's like there is still that element, and there's still summoning, and there's still spirit ashes, and like to a certain extent people would say magic build as well. So I've been I find it a bit interesting, that part of like some of the like complaints about the DLC. The one I don't agree with, just straight up from what I've seen, is that there's no interesting weapons, when actually like there's so many interesting weapons just that you just get at the start. Even just like the backhand blade, which is just a simple backhand blade, gives like a whole new style of play. The tier that you get from beating the first like elite, like big elite character, like the equivalent of like what the dragons were in the base game. You kill one of those, you get a tier that effectively adds a new style of play that's very similar to like the Sekiro style of play. Who is the North Wind? And how do I challenge them? I'll just add that. Where are your stolen weapons as well? Oh, there's a ruffian over here. Oh, he's on the other side. I could have just not aggroed him. Although, I'm hitting something there. There, the little barrels, I think, are the recovering weapons. Yeah, cool. So yeah, it was interesting seeing that kind of stuff, because I think people are coming into it with the wrong impression. At the end of the day, those games are supposed to be hard. You're supposed to learn the patterns. The only sort of one I sort of acknowledge as being a potentially good criticism is, from what I've seen of the enemies, a lot of them have lots of quick successive attacks, and that can be kind of like hard to learn the sort of style behind that, and like the it makes it a hell of a lot harder to figure out the routines and stuff for it. But generally, it feels like, and I saw someone comment this on the stream I was watching. It kind of feels like the DLC, from what I've seen, and I haven't seen all of it yet, is sort of like Elden Ring 1.5. Like, it feels like they've taken the criticisms, a lot of the criticisms that were of Elden Ring, the first Elden Ring, and they've improved on that, sort of getting ready for their next shot at that kind of game. Which I think is an interesting thing to have be doing at this moment. And I'm not against it. I think it's a great idea. You're sort of beta testing new mechanics in your DLC for your beta testing mechanics for your next game, or like features in your next game in the game that you're actually playing right now. In the one you have right now. Generally a decent plus for me. Weird to these Kenku. I don't know, in my head the Kenku are a lot smaller than this. In my head, they look like... What would you... Defeat... okay, defeat 100 enemies. Okay, that's not too hard. I want this one. Next, please. Leave me on this one. What is this one? Recover charms from cultists. So I don't want these guys, because apparently they're not cultists, even though they're Kenku that are working with the cultists. Gotta line up the attack. You know, I saw that the Total War Warhammer game, the Grimhammer mod, has been updated. So I feel like I need to give that a shot at some point. Because I always like those ones. They always add cool new mechanics to factions that I feel like need it. Or buffs and or debuffs to classes, to ones that don't feel as good. I need to try out more stuff because I always default to the Horde armies because they're very simple to play. You just sort of like keep attacking. Oh, I accidentally activated this thing. Cool. I wish I could map that to a different button. You know? Because I love the ability, but the amount of times I'm spamming the channel divinity and I accidentally just activate that thing. When I feel like you want to be saving that for a big damage like situation. Like a boss. Like for solo play, I want to be saving it for a boss, right? Of some variety. I like the optional is just kill a lot, and because I'm doing this, probably fine. I wonder, speaking of kill a lot, I wonder if I could watch old Robot Wars. I don't know if Robot Wars was like a universal thing. Like, I don't know if it was shown in like America and stuff, but for me it was like a blimmin' household name. Like it was back when I was young, it was played a lot. And it stopped doing as well later on, but I always loved Robot Wars. And if I was able to watch like old Robot Wars on stream, that would be so fun to do. Just reminiscing about like my old favorites, you know, like the Undisputed Champion, blimmin' Razor or whatever its name was, Hypnodisc, which was just a load of just absolute fun. Like you had I think there was a guy called Wheelie Big Cheese that was so funny because it's just this massive flipper. You obviously had oh, there was this really tanky, like this really tanky one that was red that I remember. That one was really fun. I think that was my favorite before. Bring it on. Like, if you would ask my favorite when I was young, I think it would have either been that one, or there was like this yellow one that was really cool as well. I don't remember their names off the top of my head though, but it would be so fun to go and watch them. Especially the earlier ones where the, for lack of a better word, the meta wasn't actually established yet. And so not everyone was a flipper with the Shremek to sort of write themselves. And they were going for stupid ones, like one that just span its whole body 360 at a really fast speed. And almost certainly, like Hypnodisc, would knock out anything like something important that they needed. Which I always found funny. Like, so it would only ever get in like at tops like 4 hits, and you just had to hope that its damage to you knocked out an important part before the damage it did to itself, just by moving stuff around quickly, would defeat it. Which I always thought was hilarious. It was just great. God, now I just want to watch old Robot Wars again. I feel like I could do that for a long period of time. Which I don't know what that says about my... I don't know what that says about me, but I absolutely could watch 4 hours Robot Wars. Even the house mechs. Like all that house mechs they added later, just they didn't have the same feel. Like it was a punchy one, and it didn't feel like the punchy one did anything. It wasn't anything like the blimmin' Sergeant Slaughter or whatever his name was. He had a blimmin' flamethrower. He was awesome. And then there was the one I forget what the... I don't remember if this one was a new one or... I don't remember if this was a new one or that it was like one of the originals, but there was one that just had a chainsaw and a claw. So it'd claw you into place in front of it and then just go down with a chain, like a, not a chainsaw, a circular saw. It just always, that one really got me because it was like, visually, there wouldn't be a ton of damage to your like, your robot. But what it would do is it would almost certainly take it out of commission, because it circular sword through your armor almost instantly through your armor, and it's bound to hit a wire. And the thing is with those things, because of the weight limits and the like all the restrictions you had on them, there was no way that you had like, there was like almost certain that you're not gonna like, you're gonna hit something vital by doing that. I mean, look at that, culling the cultist mission right there. Just, I have to point it out because everyone now is a child that it did say 69. And that was nice. But yeah, freaking loved Robo Wars. It's a shame they tried to bring it back in the UK, and I thought it was fun. I thought it was really fun. I think the only thing it missed was the variety. It felt like all of it was a tournament, which just didn't fit the weird, like, chaotic parts of it. I even went to see it live when I was young. And I went to see it live, and even when I was young, I'm not very good in crowds. And yet I went to see this huge live, like it was always in like a stadium. It was this big live event. And yet I went to see it because it was awesome. I just wish I went to see it more now that it's gone. Because damn, that was cool. But what you can do. You know what made me feel like... It made me feel weird. I don't know if I'd call it bad feeling, but it made me feel weird. Was that this random video came up on my YouTube Shorts when I was just sort of doom scrolling because I had nothing better to do. And it was about this obscure Gundam game that was like a Gundam sort of Overwatch sort of style game, like hero shooter. And I was talking about this. They were talking about, like, did you know that there was this Gundam hero shooter that didn't do well? And I felt weird because I played a hell of a lot of that game. And they were talking about how horrendously optimized it was. And I was sort of like, I don't want to disagree with them, but like, sure, it wasn't the best optimized. But like, in terms of monetization, they were a bit grubby with some of the stuff. I don't think it was the worst. I got myself a couple of the new mechs just by playing, like, finishing my dailies and my weeklies. And not even like incredibly often, but that was for a time, that was me and my friends' like go-to game to just casually play. And I loved it because it was like a hero shooter, but a hero shooter that does something that I think isn't done enough other than Overwatch. And sorry, you can understand why people wouldn't want to play Overwatch with all the stuff that came out with Blizzard and stuff. So it was like a cool option to play, and it was free. And it was really fun. Like, they had a problem with all of the newer ones being strong, but like, they weren't overly strong. You could still play the weaker ones and still be fine. And even though I'm not very good at hero shooters, I had a lot of fun with that game. It's a shame it's just discontinued now. It surprises me because with those games, I kind of but I kind of assumed that it didn't really matter if they were doing like not as well, because you just got a lot. What's the word? It didn't really matter. Wait, what's Dome of Down to Earth? Kill them, sure. I mean, I'm going to be doing that anyway, so I may as well always take that mission. Because I think it's just kill a bunch of people. Recover cult plans. Got ya. Okay, why is it defaulted to that one? Default to this one. Let me take a drink. Let me take a quick sip. Ooh, I love Pepsi and Coke. I'm kind of a... I was brought up on Coke, specifically Diet Coke. But I do like Pepsi as like an alternate taste. They taste different enough that I consider them different products. Whereas I don't consider like most regular colas to be that much different. Ooh! I want to try this out. Oh, they're a bit stronger. Never mind, we're leaving. We're leaving. I can kill you guys though. Because you're not buffed by whatever the heroic thing does. Where was I supposed to go? Was it literally there? Does it want me to do the heroic thing? Because I'd be honest, I don't really want to do the heroic thing. It feels like I don't think I could beat those enemies. I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying that a lot of that damage would have felt like it was... Like, it felt like it was doing a lot of damage. I could drop my daily on it. Okay, no, it doesn't want me to do that. It wants me to go into this door. In the barracks. Okay, that's not too bad. I can do that. Do, 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 do. What does an ice giant worship in the elemental plane? Looking at this thing here. Oh, it disappeared, of course. That a powerful ice giant had opened a portal to the elemental plane. Like, what do you... Is it water? Do you follow water because it's ice? But normally they like to have a decent difference in the definition of water and or ice. I feel like this is going to crash. We'll see. I think it's very likely to crash. Yep. Enter world, normal login. Right, we're here. Gather cult plans, got it. Then we're going to move a bit. Then we're going to do this. I like really lining them up. I think I'm getting better and better at just instinctively just lining them up. Is this making crunching sounds like somebody's eating something? Ugh, ugh. You know what I'm looking forward to next week though? Money in the Bank wrestling. Some old wrestling. And also it's getting closer and closer to Space Marine 2 coming out. And I am hugely hyped for Space Marine. Because not only is it Warhammer related, which I'm always a big fan of, not only is it like seemingly like they're going for a sort of Helldivers style thing in terms of having missions, like self-contained missions that you can, there'll be a lot of replayability to. And apparently that's the bit they're going to consistently be working on. Like, they're not going to just make it and go on to the next project. Which I think is really cool. But it's a game I can play with my friends. It's as simple as that. I love co-op games, and if it's a co-op game I can play with all my friends, which not you'd think, oh, but all co-op games are like that. Some of them limit to 2. Some of them limit to 2, some of them limit to 4, some of them limit to 3. And if you add into that, like the ability for there to be competitive, like 6v6, then you sort of change it as well to, oh, I can play some multiplayer with my friends. And if it's fun to play, we can be like, that could be a regular game for us to play, because we don't have one of those anymore. I think the last one would have been like a Mega Strikers or something that we would properly just sit down and go, so you want to play some of a Mega Strikers? So having another one that we can maybe do that for, and with the customization to like make my dude whatever chapter I want it to be. Well, let me be more realistic. To be whatever first founding chapter that I want to be. I love customization. If I can make my guy look unique and like come up with like a character identity for the dude, it's gonna make me love the game even more than I already would. Also, something that was brought up in the 2024 Ranger thing that I'm actually kind of a bit embarrassed that I didn't realize is, you know, the Ranger class. I didn't realize the word Ranger meant like literally means like going long distances. That's what ranging is. Like, I've only ever associated Ranger with ranged weapons. But apparently the word, like, being a ranger means to somebody who travels like long distances. And I never knew that there was a secondary explanation to that, like a secondary, well, I didn't realize there was a word that they had used there. I assumed it was just they had taken the word for ranged weapons, because originally it was just mainly ranged weapons. Ooh, twins, but each of them are wizards? I think I'll fight Dasha. No, Sylvia. Oh no, okay. The health bars switch depending on who you're attacking. Okay. I like that as a sort of interesting way to make the bosses more like unique. Is the whole point is like, yeah, they are the same or near enough the same as just basic whatever the Storm Seekers are. But there's two of them and they alternate the abilities, so you can get hit by two of them at the same time. Like they could do the big range attack and the this spot is bad attack. You gotta choose where you go. It's kind of cool concept. I like the fact that in this one I can focus on a lot more quests at once. I think that's something that, like, at most you'd have 2 quests, right, that you were focusing on, and now it's 3. What I find really interesting about playing this game is it's the first game that I've seen that very obviously you can see the progression of them figuring out what they need to add. So you start in the base game, and the base game, you have 2 quests. Those 2 quests, you do them, and then after you do them, it starts the next story thing. And that's it. But it's very basic collection quests, right? And then you finish the 1 to 20 campaign, and it goes, okay, well, now we're going to add different mechanics to the boss, whereas they're not just basic, don't go on this bit of the floor. There's actually some mechanics to it, or they use them in quick succession. And we're going to add instances. Now, these instances are going to allow like a unique thing to happen that you can only do while in an instance. So like fighting a bunch of camps that spawn with a dragon, and then fighting a big boss at the end. It's like, okay. And then in this one, from what I've seen already, they've gone, okay, we'll have the instances like normal. We'll have the... But with the quest part of it, what we're going to do is we're going to make it so that you can now have multiple like optional quests and multiple regular quests all together and be able to physically do them all at the same time. Which you could do with the 2 quests you had last time. But now I feel like you can do that with, at some points, like 3 and maybe even 4 quests at one time. I think earlier it probably was like 3 or 4 quests I had going at one time. I'm sure one of them is just kill a certain amount of enemies, right? But like, that's something in the background that is just slowly going up while I do the other ones. Take this, Hurricane. You ain't that fast, which I guess that's actually pretty canonical for Hurricanes in terms of movement speed. Because they can't be that fast because there's people who chase them and like record the, like, I guess that's, yeah, they record Hurricanes, right? And they post them. They're called like storm chasers or whatever. They got a cool name. But it's incredibly dangerous, and I don't think I'd ever do something like that. But is this the only area I can get the cultist things from? That feels weird. Because there's cultists over there, but can I kill them and get what I want? I'm going to try killing this one. Battle at Minstrel Point. Well, I have no idea where that is. Well, I've also have no idea if that was proving my point that you have to be in that area, or just a bad luck. It was just bad luck. You can do it outside that area. What's the point in showing me that area then? I don't need all the MacGuffins. I only need 4. Oh, I remember seeing these areas. Are you going to summon a big boy? No. I do remember this area. Do 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 do. Axe beaks are innately hostile to me. They got damage for days, the blimmin' axe beaks. No wonder they try and ride them. I'm sure I've mentioned this before, but I love any sort of fantasy world where like the armies of certain nations just they ride things that aren't horses. Because I just think it's so cool. And why wouldn't you do that in that world? Like, why ride a horse when you could ride a griffin? You know? Or like this flail snail. Why ride a horse when I can ride one of these into battle and have it, like, using its antenna to constantly hit any enemies that get in my way? Oh, I hate that sound. I hate that they constantly call like that. That made me want to kill them even faster. Wah, 5+ no. No, thank you. Oh no, I'm fighting an axe beak as well. Okay. You ever looked at like other streamers and gone like, hey, why do they react so like I don't react as much as them. I'm not like, whoa, you know, like, oh, I'm dying, you know, that kind of stuff. I just don't react like that. I'm like, well, I can't really artificially put it on. So I don't think that's possible for me. But it is interesting to look at and think about as like, I wonder if that's sort of the thing you need to do if you want to get successful in this stuff. Like, I know it's not what you need to do for affiliate, because I know that I've got 2 friends that have got affiliate and they don't do that overreacting kind of stuff I'm talking about.
You've gathered the lesser wind runes.
Speak with the others in the camp. Cool. Hey Harpers, you want to give me a cool quest? Cleaning the air. Cleanse the cleansing essence to the altar braziers. Got it. Emerald? Oh, you give me my first one. Emerald, Elemental Enclave. Black Earth. Oh, interesting. Are we using what the Earth cult worship? No, I can't hold the howling. I can't halt the howling. Sorry, I had to get my words working. The Slard? I love the Slard. I don't feel like they're very much elemental or airy. They're what I think they are, which are frog people. I remember when they said in the 2024 handbook that you can, as a familiar for the warlock, you can get like a slad tadpole, which is really funny. I think that'd be a really fun thing to get for like a Great Old One patron. That's just what it made me think of when they started talking about that. I've never seen these heroic things before, but like I got no interest in doing them because you need more than one person and I don't have more than one person here. Maybe if there was a group already doing it, I'd help. Boom, boom, boom. What was that? Was that lightning? Did you see the screen suddenly light up? There wasn't a sound with that. Yeah, that's lightning. Just we don't hear the thunder. Do. Oh, that is a cool statue. I'll be honest, you've got a cool statue. That's half of what you need for me to actually join your group, honestly. Is your iconography cool? Does your god look cool? That's probably 75% of what will make me join you. There's not much else. Do you to make me join your cult? One, how cool is your how cool are your statues and your iconography and stuff? Two, how cool is your god in general? And whether I vibe with the whatever they represent. 3, are you chill? Like, are you gonna be overly like preachy to me, or are you just gonna be like, if you join me, you join me. If you don't, you don't. And finally, do you mistreat like people's pets, like defenseless animals? That's kind of a deal breaker for me. I can't have you hurting my precious cats or any real pets, really. Children, it's all fun and games. Yeah, sure, go for children. But pets, I mean, what have they done? They've done nothing to you. Squall shield. Is a squall... I thought a squall was like, is that not related to squalor? Which just means like, dirty. Or am I thinking of a different word? Disrupt this blimmin' portal. You know what? Give me a second. Let me look at my phone. Because I heard that there was a message, but I didn't check it. Ah, it's nothing. Cool. Have to check those kinds of things. I've cleansed this portal. Stop showing me this portal. That portal's next. I guess all of these dudes are ranged, so there's literally no reason for me to hold back. And by hold back, I mean literally like... stay back. That's probably what I more mean. Stay back, not hold back. Okay, I'm learning a lot more here. I feel myself getting stronger. Not by a lot, but it adds up. I feel like increasingly my map is just not helpful. Like, it keeps taking me back to portals that I've already done. I reckon Porky is an elemental of earth and water. Because he does a lot of mud related stuff. I think there's some logic there. It depends on what you consider an elemental. Because there is probably a conversation to say that like everything is made up of those elements. And what I mean is like just a regular person is made up of like a bit of all of those elements. So you could just say like, he's heavily more into the earth and the water aspect. You don't really see Porky as an air user. It's saying I shouldn't go here, but also I feel like if I get that, it'll probably count. Ooh, I activated this thing accidentally. Disrupt. Boom. That quest is done. Next quest. Kill a bunch of Slard. Or Slardy. I'm not 100% on the pronunciation. Although well, they seem to say in this is the Slardy, but I feel like they've been called the Slard before. Yeah, they are. Oh, is Slard? Does Slardy mean multiple of Slard? That makes a lot more sense, actually, the more I think about it. Wait, so those Slard weren't in the general overview of the... where the Slard were? Oh, the Death Slard. As opposed to the Life Slards that are all around us. The ones that don't deal in death in large amounts. Ooh, what the heck is this? Poison? You're trying to poison little old me? What have I ever done to you? What have I ever done to all of you? Oh, there's a blue over there. This water looks very nice. Is it raining? Doesn't feel like it's raining when you look up. Like it's a clear sky except for, I guess, clouds of it. I love these little boys. I hope they get more stuff to them. They're just like extra dimensional frogs that just don't like anyone. Like that's all I know about their lore, is that they're psionic in some capacity. Because they live in like in effectively space, in the far realm or whatever it's called. And they don't seem to have an affiliation with a particular faction. Come on, where are the Slardy? Slardy. It's Slardy. Come on, Jay. It's like plural form. Where are they? Press the wrong button. Used whatever the invocation blessing is. Probably fine. Okay, they're dead. I need to kill about 50 more of these dudes. Which is, not insignificant. So I think on my way back, I'm just gonna randomly kill everything I come across. Because, I mean, I may as well. I kind of want to finish this kill 200 enemies before leaving today. And I don't really want to start anything new if I'm already about to leave. You know, if I don't... I want to finish all these quests, but I don't want to start any new quests because we're nearing the end of the time. God damn it, I keep using those abilities. because I want to hit my mount, but my mount is... Okay, I said I'd kill all these. I immediately decided that I can't be arsed doing that. And so I'm just gonna go around here. I've only got to kill like a couple more. I really only have to kill a couple more. Like, I thought these dudes would be easier to kill. They actually feel like they were a bit more of an annoyance. Like, it felt like those other dudes I was killing, the Slard and stuff, were easier to kill. I'm getting so close, though. Like, I only have to kill like 32 more enemies. That's not a lot of enemies. I could kill 32 enemies. You know, whenever I'm getting that feeling like I want to kill some more, I'm just gonna kill like an extra 3 other enemies. You know what? I don't want this dude to exist anymore. But I feel like it must be so annoying to people who are good at this game to see me like either send out a spear without having the full orbs, or like just randomly spam abilities when I get like flustered. I'm very sorry that if that's true for you guys. What's up, Marshall? Sure. Hidden messages? Sure. God, there's 2 more? I'm not against it. I'm liking all these other quests. No, don't want to do you. What should we do? Should we just kill 30 enemies for... Nah, it feels so inefficient. It feels so inefficient to do that. You know what? We're going to do 1 quest. We'll recover the six scrolls and kill any dudes that annoy us on the way to recovering the 6 scrolls. If we assume that each of the 6 scrolls are guarded by a guy, like a squad of dudes that probably have like 3 in them, like 6 times 3, that's like 18. That brings us very close to hitting that. I think we can do it. I think we can do those within a reasonable time. And then we'll find a campfire, which I think there's one around here, and then we'll log off. Right, it's over here. Ah, so they're not guarded by 1 squad. They're guarded by, well, they're not guarded by 2 squads. They're guarded by 1 squad. That's annoying. Oh god, that's very easy to get. I mean, I can kill these guys as well. Then we go over here, kill these dudes. Because this is the way we're supposed to go. Oh, there's a lot more dudes guarding this. Okay. We can get this. We can get the 200 kills. Oh, but then I'd wanna at least accept the reward. Oh. 2 loot items. I know it's not efficient, but when it's basic enemies, I feel like I can, to a certain extent, like spam and it not be a big deal. Fine, we'll kill all these dudes. God, we are completing this quest very quickly. Wait, are they my only quests? It's gonna make me tempted to complete all of them, isn't it? But damn you and your tempting abilities. Look at this. Like, how close are we to completing the Slad one? We're not that far. Like, we only got to get another 10. Okay, we're gonna kill these people. Because, you know, it's an extra 2. I mean, it's 2 pretty decently hard dudes to kill, but... Coming through. With 8 more people to kill, we can be a bit more relaxed in this. Do 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 do. Oh god, we got to go into the main area here. Okay, right, bring it on. God, you know what else I watched today? I watched what was the Achievement Hunter, effectively like reunion stream. They just had a load of former Achievement Hunter people on. Now that obviously Warner Brothers have effectively stopped all funding and made them disappear. But it was really lovely to see them all together, and like, it's like, it felt like a tiny bit close to what it was when I first started watching them, and kind of the whole time that I watched them, it was this sort of style of, oh, there's only 2 more I need to kill. Ah, I'll kill them close to the area. It just felt like, you know, they said all of the phrases, they got to sing like they used to. Like, it felt properly like old-fashioned Achievement Hunter. And it probably won't happen regularly, this kind of thing. They all have their own projects. They all own their own businesses now. A lot of them are kind of not as hugely interested into Minecraft anymore. But it was really lovely to see that stuff again, and just for it to feel... I'm gonna kill one group of enemies here. Just to feel that like nostalgia again. For a group I literally grew up watching. And with all of the, you know, controversies and stuff that came off of Rooster Teeth, that was like a large part of my life, was watching them like regularly. And I still watch a fair amount. I watch Ray's stuff still. I catch the occasional like occasional Jeremy kind of thing. And I wish them all the best, honestly. It feels good to see them back, and the fact that this stuff could happen more times, assuming their schedule can line up, is really, I don't know, it makes me really happy to think of. Boom. Let me complete my quest. Both of my quests. Yours? Completed. I just got some pants of the howling... What is it? Wind? Of course, we're gonna... Oh, no. I'm gonna... Hold on a second. We're gonna get rid of this one. I'm never doing that. But for now, we're gonna call this a night. I hope everybody's had a good time. I've had a good time. It's been really nice just sort of relaxing and playing this game and being really chill. You know? It's just been fun. It's been fun. Anyway. I'll see you on Monday. Very likely. We'll see if I do a little extra stream. I don't feel like I will, but there's a chance. But I definitely will see you on Monday for whatever I feel like playing on Monday, really. But until then, ciao. Bye-bye.